Welcome to the Blender question and answers part 2. Let's start. How do you mirror an object along a specific axis? To mirror an object along a specific axis, press Ctrl M, then select the axis. So let's create a scenario. Let's go to Edit. Let's say you have an object like this and you need to mirror in x-axis. Just press Ctrl M. Okay. After that, you can see there is a cursor. Small cursor has changed over there. Now you want to press axis. Like for example, I want to mirror in my x-axis. So press X. Now you got the mirror. Then press Enter to execute. What is the function of the E key in edit mode? Pressing the E key in edit mode allows you to extrude the selected vertices, edge or faces. Select the vertex and E for extrude. If you want to jump to edge, press 2, E extrude the edge. Same way, if you want to jump for face, press 3, select the face and E extrude the face. How can you toggle the quad view in the 3D viewport? To toggle the quad view, press Ctrl Alt Q. Is there in the view? It's a toggle quad view. Okay. So you can use Ctrl Alt and Q shortcut key to toggle the quad view. Now we have quad means 4 viewports. Same key to come back. What is the purpose of L key in edit mode? Pressing the L key, select linked geometry to the selected element under the cursor. So now when you are in the edit mode and if I want to select only this element, okay, then what you can do is you want to just press cursor over and press L. See, it has selected this entire element. In the same way, back side also you can cursor over and just press one time L. See, it has selected the entire element. How do you split the view in Blender to create a new window? To split the view, right click on the border between two areas, then select split area and you can drag and create the new window. Let's say I want to split in a vertical or horizontal, anything. You want to just go to this border or this divider. Okay, when you get this cursor, right click and you will get the option like vertical split. The same way you can right click, you can tell horizontal split. And to join, same right click, join the area back. How do you enable snapping to the grid while transforming objects? To enable snapping, press Shift plus Tab or click the magnet icon in the 3D viewport. So when I'm moving this geometry, I want to just snap to the grid and move the geometry. So on that case, Shift and Tab. See, when I press Shift and Tab, you can see the geometry is snapping to the grid. You can also use this icon, turn on the snapping, and you can use the options like where you want to snap it. How can you access the last used tool or operator setting? You can access the last used tool or operator setting by pressing F9. So let's say you have created a new geometry like cylinder, and if you see in the left side bottom you have the properties to edit the cylinder. Okay, But once you deselect this, I'm not going to get the property back, even though if you select it. So on the time, this is a very useful shortcut key, pressing F9. When you press F9, you can see we'll get the same window, and still I can able to edit the property. This applies for anything, like for example, I will do a movement or I will do a rotation, okay, and you can again press F9, you'll get the same property. What is the purpose of B key in Blender? Pressing the B key activates the box selection tool. So just tell B and you'll get this cursor, and you can drag to select the box selection way. How do you enter edit mode for the selected object? To enter edit mode, press tab or select edit mode from the interaction mode drop down menu. It is called interaction mode drop down menu. So when you cursor over, you can see it is telling select the object interaction mode. So either you can go there and select the edit mode, or you can also go for the shortcut key tab. How do you switch between vertex, edge, face selection mode in edit mode? You can switch between those modes using the shortcut key of 1, 2, 3. So once you are inside the edit mode, you can use 1 for selecting the vertex, 2 for selecting the edges, and 3 for selecting the face. So you can see here, 1 it jumps to vertex mode, 2 for edit mode, and when you press 3 it jumps to face mode. What is the function of the C key in Blender? Pressing C key activates the circle selection tool. Now I want to select only a round circle, but you can see it is selecting even other using the box way selection. So on that time you can press C selection tool and you can just drag it like this. If you want to add another circle, just drag like this so that you can easily select the circular way. How can you quickly switch to the bottom orthographic view? To quickly switch to the bottom orthographic view, press Ctrl plus numpad 7. Like if you just press numpad 7, it takes to top view, but if you add Ctrl with numpad 7, it will go to the opposite bottom view. What is the purpose of P key in edit mode? Pressing the P key in edit mode brings up the separate menu, allowing you to separate the selected geometry into a new object. Okay, you can see in the outliner both are joined. Now I want to separate this to sphere. Then go to the edit mode. Like previously, you can press L to select this element. Okay, and you can press G. Now you can see we have selected this one single sphere completely. Then you can go for the P shortcut key and you can tell by loose parts. So whichever is loose parts, which is not merged, the vertex is not merged to the another element, it's called loose parts. Okay, so it will just identify all the loose parts. You can also tell A to select all, and you can also tell P and by loose parts. So this will also allows you to select all and make it all separated. Now you can see here on the right side there are two spheres, both are separated. You can also do the same thing, like let's go edit mode. I want to select only the top and I want to chop it. Okay, so even for that also just turn on the X-ray mode. I'll select this top part and I want to just separate this from the sphere itself. So even in this case, so you can go to P and you can tell I want to separate by the selection. So click the selection Then you can see in the right side we got another sphere. Go back to the object mode to cross check it. Turn off your X-ray mode so that you can see it clearly. You can see this part is completely I have separated. How do you invert the selection in edit mode? To invert the selection in edit mode, press Ctrl I. So I have selected my light, but I want to invert my selection. So press Ctrl I. So it will invert the selection. How do you toggle the display of the grid in the 3D viewport? To toggle the display of the grid, you should go to the viewport overlays. You can also use Shift Alt Z as the shortcut key for viewport overlays. Or you can go inside the menu option and you can check off the grid floor and its option along with its option. Like this is the viewport overlays. So you can also use Shift Alt Z and press Shift Alt Z. You can see I had turned off the entire overlays. Even the light, camera, everything is off. So I'll bring it back, Shift Alt Z. If you want to just particularly turn off only the grid, just go inside the viewport overlays. You can see there is a floor, turn off the floor, and you can see some lines, green. So that is X line, red line, and Y line is green line. What is the shortcut to create a new collection and move to collection? The shortcut to create a new collection or move to collection is M. You can see in the right side there is a scene collection, means the entire scene, and under that there is a collection. It's like a group. You can see everything is inside this collection. Now I want to make a separate collection, like this camera, the light, I want to keep it in one collection. The geometries, I want to keep it in other collection. Select the geometry which you want to move to for the new collection. Like let's say I want to move this to a new collection. Just press M and you can now see new collection. Okay, so you can create a new collection, name this and tell create. Now you can see in the right side we got a new collection with our select geometry. How do you quickly switch to the back orthographic view? To quickly switch to the back orthographic view, press Ctrl numpad 1. 1 for front, Ctrl plus 1 is for opposite back view. What is the shortcut to recalculate normals in Blender? To recalculate, you want to press Shift plus N. So before doing that, I want to show you what is actually that normal mean. So I'll go to the viewport overlay and I will turn on this face orientation. Now you can see we have face orientation blue color. Now in this case everything is working fine. If you zoom inside, you can see the color is going to change it to red, like this. Outside face is blue in color. Some cases, when you are editing model, for some reason, if you have flipped any one of the face, to demonstrate that, I'll just go to the edit mode and I'll select this face, normal, flip it. You can see one of the faces is red color, but if you see this without turning on the face orientation, everything looks fine. But this will give the problem while you are exporting to a different engine. So when you are editing a model, always cross check whether everything is facing towards blue color. So to fix this, as told, just select and tell Shift and it will recalculate. How do you switch between different shading modes? like for example solid mode, render mode or wireframe mode. You can switch between different shading mode using the Z key. When you press Z key, you will get a pie menu, or directly clicking on the shading icon like this one, the top shading icon, where you can tell X-ray mode, wireframe mode, solid mode. But when you go to back to solid, you should always turn off this X-ray to bring back to the solid. Instead, you can easily go to the Z key, which is very user friendly. Click Z key, you'll get this pie menu. Directly click the wireframe. Done. Again, to go back to the solid, just click. So very easy and faster. What is the shortcut to toggle proportional editing? The shortcut to toggle proportional editing is VO. What is proportional editing? For example, we have two geometries here. Okay. Now I need to move one of the geometry. You can directly select and move. But if I want to gradually move the additional geometry, so what you want to do is, I'll select this geometry, okay, and I'll press O. You can see it has turned it on. Now when you click your G tool, you can see there is one gray circle. Okay, by using the scroll, you can also add other element while moving. See now, I selected the cube, but you can see even the spheres is also moving. This also applies in the edit mode. I'll select the top of this vertex, press G tool by scrolling up and down. How do you activate the proportional editing fall-off menu? If you want some options related to the proportional editing fall-off menu, you can press Shift plus O, or you can also see there is an option here. This is the same option. Okay, which lets you snap an object or the 3D cursor to a specific position. Shift S, then you want to choose the option. Like let's say I have a 3D cursor somewhere positioned here. I want to just move this geometry in the position of 3D cursor. So you can tell Shift S, then you will get this pie menu option. You can see here the many options are available, like cursor to selected. I can bring my cursor to the selected, or opposite one, selection to cursor, like this. How do you access the object properties tab? You can access the object properties tab by clicking the orange square. Like I want to see the properties of the sphere, like its position, rotation, scale value, or anything like visibility. So you should always see in the right side, this area is for properties. If you are switched some other thing, okay, this is the orange icon. Click this. This is for object property, where you can see the value of position, rotation, scale, and other options of the object. How do you log the transformation of an object along a specific axis? To log the transformation along a specific axis, press the corresponding axis key while you do the transform. Like for example, I want to move this geometry only in the Z position. Okay, so when you are moving using the G key, what you can do, you can just add on Z so that it will move only in the Z axis. In the same way, if I want to move only in Y, just tell Y, so it snaps to Y axis. How do you turn on wireframe display of the object? You should go to the viewport overlay and check the wireframe. So I can just go here and turn on this wire. So now when you deselect, you are able to see solid as well as the wireframe both at a time. How do you toggle the display of wireframe on the selected object? To toggle the display of the wireframe on the selected object, you should go to the Object Property tab. Under the viewport display section, you can turn on and off. Like if I turn from the viewport overlay, we can see all the objects have solid plus wireframe mode, but I don't do display all. I want to display for only one selected object. On the time, go to the object property, scroll down, you can find viewport display where you can turn on the wireframe of it. So now I am able to see only wireframe on the selected object. How to align active camera to view? Ctrl-Alt-0 is a shortcut key to align active camera to view. So here we have a camera. When I click this camera icon, yes, we know it goes to camera view. Then later on I want to navigate and I want to reposition it. But navigating in the perspective is very easy and friendly for us, right? Like for example, I want to render this angle and I want to bring my camera to this position. Then you can use a very simple shortcut key, Ctrl-Alt and numpad 0. See the camera, change it to our perspective view. So this is a very useful one so that you can quickly align the camera to your view. That's it for this session. The next video we'll learn more through Blender question and answers. Thank you.